For Mario Kart 9, we're not so sure what types of tracks we'll get. With the booster course pass giving us so many retro tracks, the next game could give us new tracks entirely, while ignoring the retros. Even though we're ignoring some tracks that still haven't been remade yet. But even if we do get some retros again, there's plenty of track ideas to pull from the next game. Specifically nitro tracks. So today I'm going to discuss some track ideas Nintendo could use for the next Mario Kart game. The first idea that comes to mind when I think of a new track theme for Mario Kart is a circus track. I honestly have no idea why this hasn't come to fruition yet, especially considering Super Mario 3D World had a circus theme going on with the bosses in some levels. I remember going back in the Wii U like, man, it would be cool if Mario Kart had a circus track, and they just never did. So yeah, I can see this being a top contender for the next game. If we're going to base it off a character, I think Bowser Jr. would make the most sense. I mean, let's not forget, he has owned casinos before. So yeah, call this Bowser Jr.'s Big Top or something, I don't know. Whatever you do, just please don't name it like a tour city track. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with some of these names, like LA Laps, Madrid Drive, what is this? So yeah, a circus track would go hard, especially the music. I think Peach's Castle can be a good track idea too. We did have a section where you go inside Peach's Castle in Mario Kart 7, but that only lasted for like 5 seconds. A track where all of it is just set inside Peach's Castle would be really cool. You can add a lot of Easter eggs into it, like the paintings from Mario 64, or maybe you can go into the courtyard for the final lap or something. It would be cool, very, very sick. Now this is something I thought about for a while now, but I would love a Delfino Plaza track. I think Delfino Island is the best hub world in 3D Mario, which also could have the best track layout, so I would really like it if they went all out with this. Also, unrelated, but it would be cool if they made flooding as an item, sort of like in the Mario Kart arcade games. Speaking of hub worlds, I think they can also make Rosalina's Observatory a track too. I've seen people talk about this, but I don't think it could work as well, but if they somehow find a way, it could be a very good track. However, thinking about it now, it's unlikely to happen since we see Rosalina's Observatory in Rosalina's Ice World, so having it in both tracks would be a bit weird. Since we have 2 DK tracks and a Yoshi's Island track now thanks to the Booster Course Pass and Tour, I think it's long overdue for a WarioWare track, or Wario Land themed. Now, Wario has had a ton of tracks, some being the best tracks in the entire series, so the fact that there hasn't been a track themed around his series is a bit weird. Now, WarioWare isn't as popular or well known as other series like Yoshi or Donkey Kong. It would be nice to see represented in a series as big as Mario Kart, gaining a lot of attention to it, since it is more of a niche series. I even discussed some characters from WarioWare that could be added in the future. Go watch that if you haven't, by the way. I wouldn't be mad if this doesn't happen, but it'll be very charming to see. Okay, now this might be a bit controversial, but if Nintendo brings back the guest characters into Mario Kart 9, they'll most likely add another character from a different series. Now, just for the record, I do not want a Smash Kart at all. Like, I think it's a terrible idea. But this is mainly for prediction's sake. If they're gonna add another series into Mario Kart 9, it's most likely going to be Pikmin. Let me explain. Through the success of Pikmin 4, the franchise has gone so much popular, mainly in Japan, that even in Super Nintendo World there's an Easter egg. And Zelda didn't even get an Easter egg in Super Nintendo World. It's clear to see that Pikmin is becoming a big franchise to Nintendo, so this isn't really out of the question if you think about it. But this is only if they bring the guest characters back. I kinda hope they don't bring them back, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Also, Pikmin's like one of my favorite series, so yeah, go play them if you haven't yet, they're so good. Otherwise Ochi will be sad, and you don't want him to see him sad. Now, the final idea I have in mind is the Flower Kingdom based on Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I think this is something almost everyone is expecting in the next game, since Wonder is the latest main Mario game. I've seen some predictions of the Wonder Flower being the main gimmick of the game, which would be cool, but I'm not sure if they would do that. I feel like Nintendo would try to think of an original idea rather than having to use the same gimmick from a different game. I really enjoyed playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder this year, and it is genuinely one of my favorite Mario games, so yeah, this track will be a banger. So that's all of the ideas I have for tracks. If you have some ideas I never talked about, let me know down in the comments. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.